Today we're going to learn how to read multisyllable words. So first, let's get started talking about what a multisyllable word is. What is a multisyllable word? Well, a multisyllable word is a word that is written but can be broken down into more than one syllable. So we're going to go ahead and just go and get started. We have this word. This word says laptop, but let's go ahead and see how we break this up, how we write this. First, let's look at the letters. And the letters are L, A, P, T, O, P. The first letter is L. Well, that means that the L is a consonant, the A is a vowel, the P is a consonant, the T is a consonant, the O is a vowel, and the P is a consonant. So if we look, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look for the area in the middle of the word where we have consonants. Because when we read consonants, our mouth closes, and when our mouth closes, that means that we are we're about to create a new syllable. So usually, where we have the consonant and the consonant in the middle of a word, that's where we break it up. So we call these CVC words, okay? So let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's go ahead and break up the CVC word right here. All right, good. We've broken it up. So what we have is we have CVC on one side and we have CVC on the other side. Now, what is tricky is the verb. I always say the verb is what's tricky. Because the vowel is what's tricky. It's the vowel. These are vowels. These are the two vowels, and they're tricky because they can make so many sounds, and sometimes it's complicated to figure out what sound they can make. We're going to break these two words into one word. Each word, we're going to break them up into their own word. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one. The first word is lap. Okay. Now, you might be asking yourself, why does it say lap? Why does it not say lape? Well, it says lap because when a vowel is by itself, when a vowel doesn't have any help, when it's trapped and it can't get out of the syllable because on this side we have a consonant, it says it's short sound. This means short. And the short sound for the A is like apple. So let's go through the short sounds real quick. A, E, I, O, U. We're going to go ahead and talk about the short sounds of the vowels. The short sound of the vowel, A, is A as in apple. The short sound of the letter E is E as in egg. For I, it's I as in iguana or igloo. Here's my little igloo. I'm not very good at drawing an igloo, but that's that. Okay. For O, it's as in octopus, and an octopus has 8 arms, and that's my octopus. And for U, it's as in umbrella. So these are the short sounds of each vowel. It's apple, egg, igloo, octopus, umbrella. So those are the sounds that we're going to be making when we read CVC words. Okay, so back to the word lap. The word lap says lap because the middle sound is an A sound. A as in apple. So now let's go ahead and just put all the sounds together. We have L, A, P, lap. Okay, so we have lap on one side. Now, let's go ahead and write the second word. And that word says top, top. So top, again, short vowel. If we go back to our little drawing, we have octopus. So T, P, top. T, P, top. So we have the word lap and we have the word top. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place them back into the two syllables, into that big word. So let's go ahead and do that. We already know that this says lap, and we already know that this says top. Now we can read by syllables. The first syllable says lap, the second syllable says top. Now let's just put it together. Laptop, laptop. Why is this tricky? Again, because we're looking at the vowels and we're looking at their sound. And since they're both short vowels or CVC words, we just say the short sound of the vowel. And that's what this lesson's about. We're going to go in, we're going to look at some words, and we're going to break them up into their 2 syllables, and we're going to read them using short vowels. Only short vowels for this lesson. Other lessons, we'll go over other different types of sounding vowels, other different roles, but right now we're going to start reading multisyllable words only with CVC, only with short vowels. By the way, if you're liking this content, please like. I will be making more reading videos, so please subscribe if you would like to learn more about reading or English language, anything about the English language. And if you have any subject that you would like for me to cover, please let me know, and I will try my best to do so. I'm brand new to YouTube. Well, not really, but brand new to YouTube, been 10, 12 years. It's been a while. But anyways, I digress. Let's continue. So right here, we're going to be looking for the consonants. Again, we have a consonant, we have a vowel, we have a consonant, we have another consonant, a vowel, and a consonant. These are the 2 most important letters in this word because that's where we get mixed up. So we found the consonant. Consonant in the middle, that's where we're going to break it. So let's go ahead and break it. Okay, we've written the word. So now that we've written the word, let's look at the vowels. Here are the vowels. And as we can see, the vowels are in between 2 consonants. So that means they don't have any help. They're trapped. They can't get out. They can't get out of the syllable because they are trapped. So when they're trapped, when they don't have any help, when they're by themselves, they just say the short sound. Most of the time. There are going to be some exceptions, but most of the time they just say the short sound. So again, let's go through the sounds. We have a as an apple. We have e as an egg. Sometimes I'll say elephant. But now that we know the sounds, now we can read the word. So let's focus on this word right here. We know the and we know the g. But now we also know that this is short, so it's going to say ah. Let me go ahead and put the short signs on them just so we can get used to doing that. Okay, back to reading the word. A. Okay. G. Mag. Okay, got that? T. Net. Let's put those together. Magnet. Magnet. So that word says magnet. All right, moving on. And the more and more we go into these words, we're going to talk about the rules less. But right now, since we're barely starting, we're still talking about the rules for another 2 or 3 more. So we have the word fabric. Again, let's break it up into its letters. And let's see. First F, consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant. Again, here we break it up here because that's where the consonants break up. So let's go ahead and look for the vowels. We have the vowels there. Okay, we've gone over the A as in apple, but we have not gone over the I. The I is, if we remember, igloo. So apple, igloo. Let's break it up right here. And now, since they're both trapped, since this is trapped and this vowel is trapped, it's going to say its sound. So let's go ahead and say it one more time. Apple, igloo. Okay, I think we're ready to read. F-a-b, fab. Okay, I got it. F-a-b, fab. Next one. Ik, rick. Okay, ik, rick. Okay, fabric, 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 fabric. Okay, fabric. All right, moving on. Let's do this word. Let's find the 2 syllables. Let's find the 2 syllables. Yes, let's break it up into 2 syllables. I can tell that there's a consonant here and a consonant there, so we're just going to break it up right there. We're going to focus on the vowels. We've got the vowels there. We know that this says a because it's in the middle of 2 consonants, and we know that this says octopus because it's in the middle of 2 consonants. So now that I know the sounds of the vowels, which is the tricky part, now I can read this word. Ran, ran, dum, dumb, not dome. I know a lot of my students they get tricked right here and they'll say dome, but no dome. It's octopus. Octopus. Got to remember those pictures that I drew at the beginning. D octopus. D dom. Okay, so here we go. Random, 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 random. So it's the word random. Okay, let's continue. I like to draw these for now so that we remember short vowels. Okay, let's break it up. Right now I can tell I'm going to break it up right there. I'm going to focus on the vowel. Okay, we got the ah and we got the eh. The ah and the eh. Now let me get my laser. Here we go. P, ah, k, pock, k, et, ket, pocket, 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 pocket. And the word is pocket. Perfect. All right, moving on to the next one. We have another word. We can see it broken up right here. We have ah and we have e. Ah and e. Now, before we continue, many of my students get tricked here. They say e. Many of them are from a Spanish-speaking background, so they'll say e instead of e. E as in igloo. E as in iguana. So we'll say gas, 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 sip, sip, gossip, 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 gossip. All right, moving on, gossip. Let's move on to the next one. We're going to break the word right here, and then we're going to look for the vowels, and we found them. So let's go ahead and focus on the first vowel. It says apple. And this vowel says umbrella. So we have this. Let's read this part. K, a, k, k, a, k, k, a, k, k, a, k, cack. Let's read this one. T, us, t, us, t, us. So cactus, cactus. The word is cactus. Okay, let's continue. Breaking up the word right here. Finding what it says on this side. Here's the vowel, umbrella. Here we go. Let's read the first syllable. Us, hus, hus. First syllable says hus. Now, over here, we have two syllables that kind of go together. This would say nd, nd, nd. Okay? It's part of our second syllable. So now, here's our vowel. It says apple. Why apple? Because it's stuck in between these consonants, okay? So apple. Hus, b, and band, b, and. Husband, husband. All right, moving on. Break it here. Sub. First syllable says sub. Then j, e, kt, kt. That's a tough two consonants to say, but it's kt. Subject, subject, ject, subject. Moving on. Ab. Okay, let's talk about this one here. So right here, we break up the syllables, but now we notice that the A is by itself. So when the A is by itself, it's not by itself. It's got a consonant, but doesn't have a consonant on this side. But that's okay. Most of the time, not 100% of the time, but most of the time, we still consider that a closed vowel because again, it's not at the end of the syllable. It still can't leave because it's still being blocked by a consonant. So it's still closed. So we would still say apple. We would still put the apple here. And of course, this is the egg right here. Now that we know the sounds are apple and we know the sounds are egg. Here we go. Ab, ab, ab. And this is egg. So we say scent. And again, we have two consonants that go together. Absent. Absent, absent, absent. Okay, let's do about two more. So we have Break it up right there in between those two syllables. Let's go ahead and do it so it can be permanent. Okay, bow, bow, umbrella, egg. Okay, here we go. Sus, ect, pecked, suspect, suspect. Okay, so we have the word suspect. All right, moving on, two more. Boom, consonant, consonant. That's why we're breaking it up there. This one has 4 letters. This one has 3 letters. Here's my vowel. That's an egg. Here's my vowel. I'm sorry, that's not an egg. That's an octopus. Octopus. And now we have the egg over here. Okay, so we have the octopus and we have the egg. So we know the sounds. So they're short sounds. So here we go. Let's go ahead and read it. Prob, lem, problem. So we got it, problem. Okay, one more. Plastic. Break it up. Apple, igloo. All right, here we go. Plastic, plastic. Okay, so we've been reading words that are multisyllable, but they are, again, CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant. They could be something like this. They could also be like this. There's many combinations, but these are basically just CVC words. Words that have a short vowel. A short vowel is a vowel that says its sound and not its name. That would be a long vowel if it says its name. We're going to continue reading more words throughout this YouTube channel. If you're interested in this type of material, please let me know. That way I can create more. But I appreciate